Hello, empaths. Welcome back, beautiful chosen ones of the divine. You are so welcome, and you are dearly loved and dearly supported by spiritual beings in higher realms, higher places. They got your back, and they see you, and they love you, and they've given me a message specifically for you. There are several things I'm going to be talking about, and it may not resonate for all of you, but hopefully something that I share today will be exactly what your heart and soul needs. I'm really excited about this message. I'm trying to contain myself so that I can be a professional channel and allow the divine messages to come through smoothly and gently and synchronistically and efficiently, so that your soul structure can receive and integrate as is appropriate for you. So welcome, beautiful divine empaths. There's an affirmation. We were given two of them today. The first affirmation is, I embrace the divine unfolding that is manifesting in my life now. Whatever is positive, amazing, and powerfully blessed, I receive with joy and excitement now. So it is mine. That is our first affirmation, and then there's another one that I'll share at the end. Oh my goodness, so many things are happening. False kingdoms are fading, they're collapsing right before our eyes. Many of you are experiencing this in your dreams, or even in the regular 3D world. You're seeing all kinds of conglomerates, companies, business deals, partnerships, unfortunately even romantic partnerships. And I'm sorry about that. You know, there are many people asking for divorce or breaking up. And the reason is because we are now in the age of Aquarius. And so anything fake, anything false, anything that is not true, anything that is not rooted in the divine sacred plan for your life and what God and your soul and creator, creation, source established eons ago, before you were even born in this human form, if it is not aligned with that sacred divine soul plan, it is collapsing. People have been given ample opportunity to get on the right side of the light, to come into the divine knowing of, you know, who they are, why they're here on the planet, what we're here to do. We empaths are here to bring peace on earth, to transmute energies, to right wrongs, to end suffering, to communicate in a very gentle, subtle, but potent, powerful way that there is a divine sacred plan, and Gaia, or Earth, planet Earth, is not lost, it is not doomed, it is not forgotten, it is not forsaken. The people of the earth are being given an opportunity to come into the light and find the source of creation. And I am just feeling so much energy in my solar plexus and in my heart chakra. It's just beaming up through my being, and I'm hoping that, you know, any anointing, any blessing, any gift, any power, any divine light code that is available for you to receive, to encourage you and inspire you at this juncture of your sacred soul work, I pray that you receive it now. So the false kingdoms are falling. The false empires can no longer stand, and the compromised kings and queens of this earth, you know, the kings and queens are falling from their throne. They're not even really kings and queens, but a lot of individuals have established themselves as royalty on this planet, and only those that are truly in the light will stand. The false matrix is collapsing. Everything in the matrix that is compromised or false or fake is collapsing in the light of the divine truth. So you're going to continue, dear ones, to witness false structures collapsing, falling, fading. And, you know, the spirit realm that you work with that loves you so much is saying, continue to stay in the purity of your heart structure while the collapse is happening, and you will stay out of the fray. You will stay out of dodge. This is a time, dear ones, to own your spiritual connection and to follow your gut. Be so dialed in, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, listen to your guidance in order to remain safe and secure. And you're being called to step into a deeper, higher, greater aspect of authenticity, and your character and your integrity. Be aligned with your divine integrity and your sacred divine character, not a fake character, not a fake persona, not a false aspect of who you are, but dial into the truth of all that you are. Allow yourself to hold the soul frequency. And in this space, you will step into greater authority and a greater power and confidence to reinvent the wheel as necessary. Don't be afraid to completely reinvent yourself and create new paradigms for the community and the neighborhoods and the experiences that you have been assigned to. The energy is so strong. It feels really good. It feels so powerful, like I could literally just float up off of my seat, up into the ethers. That's how amazing this energy feels. And so I'm really just allowing my human self to ground and anchor so that I can get the message out, because I got to get the message out. It's for you. It's for us. So change is happening, and don't be afraid to be a part of that change, to be the one who's changing the paradigm in your community, rather than being just a naysayer or just an observer. You're being invited, dear ones, to really just step into an activated aspect of all that you are and be a world changer at this time. So rather than being anti anything, for example, some light workers and some earth angels and empaths are kind of anti holidays, because a lot of holidays have been rooted in destruction or the false matrix, right? A lot of holidays, are not actually honoring, maybe let's say, indigenous people. The first peoples of the land oftentimes have been forgotten, and we're celebrating the false matrix, those beings that were not honoring oneness and the divine sacred plan for the entire planet, but they were focused on the few, and so a lot of times people in the light have decided, well, we're just not going to celebrate. I'm not going to celebrate Christmas. I'm not going to celebrate, Columbus Day. I'm not going to celebrate, whatever, Thanksgiving. But Spirit is calling us. We have free will, but we are being invited to reinvent the wheel and to reinvent even what we celebrate, because divine celebration, soul celebration, sacred celebration is a divine key. It's one of the puzzle pieces to allowing us to manifest peace on earth. So rather than being anti something, why don't we change the narrative? This is what Spirit is inviting us to do. Change the paradigm and become pro. So instead of being anti this particular holiday, let's be pro sacred soul celebration. Celebration is so very important. Ritual is so very important. Remembering is so very important. Remembering where you come from, and then having rituals and ceremonies to celebrate that. Not the fake, false rituals and ceremonies that create attachments and cause us to be stuck in religiosity or some kind of fake spirituality. We're being gifted new activations. We're being gifted new light codes. We're being gifted new ways of telling stories and going back to our indigenous roots and sharing from the heart and being authentic and reestablishing integrity on this planet. It's really a super exciting time. It's the age of Aquarius. Welcome to the age of Aquarius, where you get to decide what change looks like, where you get to decide what we celebrate and what celebration looks like, and where we get to create new, I guess, I'm seeing and hearing dances, new songs, new prayers, new rituals, new ways of fasting, new ways of being, new ways of celebrating that honors the all of that is and the all of existence. So you get to decide what change looks like. You get to reinvent the wheel. You are the catalyst. You are the pioneers. You are the divine emissaries that the spirit realm has called. You are the divine ambassadors that your spirit team and ancestors and the ascended masters you work with, they are supporting you. They got your back. They are standing right behind you because they know you're 10 toes down. You are serious. You are committed to this this earth project, this earth experience. You know why you came. You remember the mission assignment. You know what the assignment is, and you know you are divinely supported and celebrated. So your response to life is critically important at this time. It's very much a part of the age of Aquarius, and we're not here to be part of the problem. We're here to be part of the solution, and we're here to amplify the light that is available despite suffering, despite falsity fading, despite the false kings and queens, despite the matrix. We are here to amplify the light that is available for all of humankind. So even daily celebrations of one's own sacredness is a very beautiful daily ritual. You can do this with affirmations, dancing, singing, declarations, prayers, meditation, whatever you want to do. But daily celebration is a part of the age of Aquarius, honoring with gratitude all that is, all of existence, all of oneness, all that you are as a sacred soul structure. Holding and embodying the soul frequency is a beautiful sacred celebration. So daily gratification and daily gratitude is key to your daily celebration. So gratitude and ritual on a daily basis keeps your vibe high, and it holds the soul frequency. You are divinely supported, dear beautiful ones, dear chosen ones, dear tribe of light, dear empaths. And your soul family wants you to be encouraged. Stay grounded. Stay anchored in who you are and what you are and why you came and who is working with you and who is supporting you. Not a focus on what is going on in the 3D world, because the 3D world is about to get super rocky. Change is imminent. A lot is happening. A lot of energy is coming our way. The tsunamis, the tornadoes, the hurricanes of life are coming. The matrix, the false matrix is collapsing. Kingdoms are falling. Kings and queens that, establish themselves as the it people, they're collapsing because they're not in the light and they're not holding the soul frequency. And they were never really what they claim to be, because only what is true and only what is done in service to the divine will last at this time. This is the age of Aquarius. So now I'm switching gears because this is another message for one of our dear, beautiful empath brothers and sisters, or sisters or brothers. Despite a recent betrayal that was super brutal, there was a deep cut, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Our team, our guidance, the divine angels and ancient ascended masters that we are working with, and our benevolent ancestors, we are together, yours and mine, we're together, and we're sending love and light to you. There was a deep cut of betrayal recently, and your angels and divine higher beings are saying that we allowed this experience to happen so that your eyes would be opened. You needed to be anchored and grounded in the divine light and not the fake that you were surrounded with. You have to be sharper and you have to be wiser now at this time. Your gifts are too precious, and they are not to be manipulated by fake, false persons in your vicinity. So dear ones, there was a deep cut, there was a deep betrayal, but there's light and healing that is being distributed to you from your soul structure, your soul team, from your angels, your benevolent ancestors, and your ancient divine higher beings that work with your structure. They love you unconditionally, and I see them sending love and light to your cells, even your molecular structure. I see your immune system receiving healing, your brain, your blood, your bones, your bone marrow. All of the body systems are receiving a recalibration and a healing at this time. If you need to be in hermit mode for a while to recalibrate, that's fine. They got you. Make sure that you release bitterness and resentment, and there's no need for retaliation or revenge because your spirit team is working with you. And so this is a very specific message. Dear ones, we are light. We are in the light, right? We know we serve the light. However, we do have shades of light on our divine team. So some of our light support Our tech support is super, super high light, like from the angelic realms. We also have light from some of the galactic realms. We also have light from some of the lower realms that are sacred. I'm not talking about hell. I'm not talking about the darker spaces. I'm talking about darker shades of light, but I don't mean darkness. I'm not talking about devil energy, demonic energy, nothing like that. We have shadow aspects on our team. They are a darker, I don't like using the word darker, badass. They're a badass aspect of your team. Okay, you got people on that. Imagine being a divine being of light. I was sharing this with a client recently, and you just happen to be connected. You have some gangsters on your team. You know what I mean? Like old school. You know what I mean? Gangsters, like the mob, and they do their thing. And they leave you alone because they know you're good, and they know you're offering service to the community. You're helping the planet, and they love this about you. You know what I mean? They love that you're about the light and that you're doing good things. But let somebody mess with you, and let your uncles find out about it. Okay, it's going to be another story. So that's what it's like. We have these divine beings on our team that they are in the light, but they don't play. They don't play about you, and they don't play about me. Okay. They are more shadow aspect. They're kind of mobbed. They're at a different frequency, and they are our guardian protectors. We have guardian protectors that are all love and light and kind of fairy, pixie, butterfly energy. We have, the ancient ancestors, benevolent ancestors. We have ascended masters. We have all kinds of other beings, and some of them are those edgier, more mafioso, mobbed up gangsta type, and thank God for them, seriously, because they are in that frequency. This allows us. We don't have to be in that frequency. We don't have to be retaliatory or vengeful or nasty or ugly or edgy, or you know what I mean. We don't have to go low, because we've got protection on our team. That is their whole job, their whole assignment is to create a perimeter of protection around us and keep us safe no matter what, by any means necessary. And I do mean by any means necessary. So the beauty of having these types of darker, more shadow aspects on our team, a different frequency, is that they will protect us so that we can perform our light mission and complete our assignments with excellence. So never hesitate to do your sacred work. Don't be afraid and feel like you're going to be taken out or harassed or attacked beyond repair, to the point where you won't be able to do your work. This is the age of Aquarius, where we can stand in the light and do our work without being hindered. Now, we have a responsibility to stay in the lights, remain cocooned in the sanctuary of the heart. I've had some people, I get all kinds of people sending me messages all the time, and people like to send me these things suggesting that we light workers are here to trigger the planet, and it's kind of an edgy thing that they'll say, like, yeah, we're here to trigger, and I'm okay with that. I don't have any friends, and I don't have any whatever. I respectfully, I do not agree with that. I don't think we're here to trigger people. I think being in our truth and doing our sacred soul work might trigger people. So the work that we do, our level of integrity, our level of character, our high frequency, our level of spiritual integrity may trigger people. This is true. They may have a reaction to our light. Our light may trigger their demons. Yes, I agree with all of that. I do not think we're here to trigger people. I think we're here to be in the truth, to complete our mission assignments with excellence to the best of our ability, honoring the divine, honoring our ancestors, carrying the torch of the divine as emissaries of light. And in so doing, that may trigger people. But I do not believe that we're here to trigger people. I feel like setting the intention that I'm here to trigger people and believing that that's the path and believing that that is the way is a lower version of what we're here to be. I think we're here to be, I believe we're here to be light in its highest form, its highest emanation. And in doing that, that may trigger some people. It may also inspire masses of people to also want to be emissaries of light and carry that level of integrity. Okay, more messages are coming through. So someone in our collective is very concerned about a sibling You're concerned about your brother or your sister, like your literal blood sibling, and because they're making some choices that you feel are compromising their structure, and it looks like they're moving further and further away from the light and closer into darkness. And your spirit team is saying, we got you and we got them. Your spirit team is saying, carry on, continue to do the work, continue to stay focused on your light missions, your mission assignments. Stay cocooned in the heart and know that we got you. Every single thing that is important to you, your bills, your pets, your people, your tribe, your community, your family, the ones that you're worried about, your coworkers, anybody that you are concerned about, that you love, anyone, anything that matters to you, as long as you are on track, fulfilling your spiritual mission assignment, your spirit team wants you to know we got you. And while you do the spiritual work, your ancestors in particular are watching, taking care of you. They got your back, and they are making sure that your sacred work gets done unhindered. The work is very, very important. It's extremely healing to your family, dear ones. It's healing to your lineage. It's healing to your community. You are carrying the torch, and the spirit team that works with you wants you to know, we got you, we got your sibling. Don't worry about your little brother. Don't worry about your little sister, or whoever it is that you are concerned about. It might be a cousin, an uncle, an aunt, a grandparent, whoever it is you're concerned about. Just know that as you are doing your sacred work with integrity, your spirit team is watching out for them. Ooh, okay, so the next message, perspective is needed at this time. Sometimes when you experience separation or what feels like rejection on this earth plane, it truly, truly is protection. We've all heard that saying, rejection is protection, meaning that, if somebody with a lower vibration or a lower frequency, let's say, rejects you, or they stay away from you, it's actually a blessing in disguise. And what the spirit team is saying at this point, at this time, is that someone's low vibe or someone's low intentions cannot harm you. And they want you to understand this separation, because separation and rejection really doesn't feel good. It can make us feel like we are abandoned, but there's a different perspective that your spirit team wants you to integrate at this time. So sometimes your spiritual team will separate someone from you who would otherwise have been harmed if they remained around you. So sometimes we experience rejection and we take it personally, and we think, okay, well, it's protection. That rejection is protection because they would have hurt us. But what your spirit team wants you to know is, no, actually in many, many, many cases, way more than you realize, when that person abandons you, ghosts you, walks away from you, the spirit team that you work with is actually protecting them from you, okay? Because some people have a much lower vibration than you do. So their protection is weaker than yours. And to be in your energy will only create stress for them or cause them to experience some level of harm, because your spiritual protectors have one mission assignment, and that is to protect you, to keep you safe at all costs. So if there's some lower vibe energy, some lower frequency, some threat to you being protected so that you can continue and carry on with your work, your team is going to come in by any means necessary with their high frequency, with their fire light, their fire diamond light, their electricity, whatever it is that they've got in their frequency to keep you safe at all costs, at any cost. It's not about that individual. It's about that lower vibe, that lower frequency that is hanging around them. It's that density that is around their energy field that is a threat to you and your work, and your team will annihilate anything and anyone that is a threat to your sacred work. So if someone has to be sacrificed, dear ones, this is a deep message. If someone, these are the shadow aspects of our sacred protectors. These are the mobsters. These are the gangster aspects. These are the badass aspects of your protection team. If somebody has to be sacrificed in order to protect you and the work that you are here to accomplish in your human form, then so be it. Okay, so in order to protect the innocents, if you will, not innocents, the innocent ones, the innocents, INNOCENTS, the innocents, in order to protect them, or the ones with that have a weaker protection detail than you, sometimes the only recourse is for them to reject you. Sometimes your spiritual team is, sort of creating a divine separation, the divine shakeup, if you will, where there's a tower moment and it looks like rejection, it looks like abandonment, it looks like ghosting, but it's actually protection for that other person as well as for you, so that you can do your soul work. Because if in doing your work, and a person with a lower vibration or lower frequency, they may really like you, they may like hanging out with you, but if they become harmed in the process of you doing your work because they don't have the protection detail that you have, that could be a distraction for you, because you're going to feel badly that they got hurt. Do you know what I'm saying? You have all kinds of protection. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. But if something happens to someone that you care about, a coworker or a sibling, a family member, or someone you're dating, or someone in your vicinity, because they didn't have the same protection detail, because their vibration and frequency is so low, that will become a distraction, because you're going to feel badly that somebody got in the way and therefore got in harm's way. So sometimes, for this reason, your spiritual team will work with the spiritual team of another person who has a lower vibration or a lower density to escort them out of your field. In this way, rejection is protection for them, not for you. The person may not even be aware why they are distancing themselves from you. It may appear to be rejection or abandonment or ghosting you. They may be very confused. They don't even know why they're separating from you. However, sometimes there are bigger forces at play keeping you and them safe. Imagine that your protection detail is so fierce and so very powerful, like the purest, most intense form of fire that you have ever witnessed. Nothing but a matched frequency can sustain that level of heat. Think about that. The purest, most intense form of fire that exists. Nothing but a matched frequency, a pure frequency, can resist that level of heat and come out as pure gold, okay? Like iron in the fire. It can only sustain if it's actually pure, unless it's, got a high vibration and a high frequency. So there are times when distance from you is the best way to keep others safe from the divine holy beings who protect and guard your life. Straight up, that's it. And that's a new perspective for us to integrate, so that we don't get sidetracked or off track when people seem to disappear from our lives. If they are still in their ego and they have not done their shadow work, they will get burned and they will experience problems. Not because of you, but because of the spiritual beings and ancestors who work with your structure, who do not play when it comes to you. So any threat, dear ones, can be taken out at any given moment. And this is why we just have to stay on track, stay within the sanctuary of the heart, maintain a pure heart structure, trusting that the divine has our back. They are taking care of us in all kinds of realms, seen and unseen. They are handling problems on every level, every vibration and every frequency is being weaned out. They're either being approved to be in our field, or they're being weaned out. They're not approved. Okay, so people either have access to us or not. All of the access points and entry points are being closed off if these individuals are not aligned. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Maybe it's going to happen. Maybe it's not. You know how when you say you're going to sneeze, it doesn't happen. Okay, let's continue. So people who choose to be in your energy have to come correct your ones, or they have to get out. Their choice to step out of the way is protection for them, and they may not even realize it. But now you can understand this dynamic and be at peace about it, okay? Finally, there's divine strategy at play in your life at this time, dear ones. You were cloaked. There was a time when you were cloaked, and this was intentional. This was done on purpose to confuse the enemies of spirit. You are the hidden jewel, dear ones, of your life. And your essence is checkmate to the dark agendas. Just think about that. Your essence, your life force, your beingness, the way you show up, your vibration, your frequency, your soul frequency is checkmate to the darkness and their dark agendas. You are the hidden and missing piece that recalibrates the communities and the neighborhoods and the experiences and the people that you have been assigned to. You bring the healing, and you are applying pressure moment by moment, or I should say your team is applying pressure with your very essence. So the cloak that once was thick, that was once heavy to keep you hidden, it's now dissolving, and your communities are beginning to recognize your light in ways that previously they did not see or understand. I had someone message me recently, someone that I haven't talked to in a really long time, and I guess he saw something I posted or whatever. He goes, wow, it's like you grew overnight. He's like a big brother. He's like, it's like you grew overnight. And I'm like, okay, thanks, but like, no, this is me. This is who I've been. You just were sleeping on it. You didn't recognize. You saw me as your little sister. So anyway, dear ones, you bring the healing, and you and your team are applying the pressure because of your essence, and this is causing your cloak to dissolve right before people's eyes. And a lot of people are like, what the heck? You're shining, you're glowing, what's going on? You just seem like, a dynamic teacher. Where'd you get all this wisdom from? It's because the cloak is dissolving, and now they are recognizing your light. And it's beautiful because it means that their frequency is now matching your frequency. They are elevating, raising their vibration and frequency. And instead of it being a mismatched, disjointed situation, you are matching frequencies. It's an alignment, and it's really, really beautiful. So your light is being understood and seen and received and heard in ways that previously it wasn't understood. And this is all part of a masterfully crafted divine plan that is cosmic in design. God, creator, source, your soul, your spirit team, all created this plan eons ago, and it is now in full effect. So simultaneously and synchronistically, as false kings and queens are fading and the false matrix is collapsing, the cloak is dissolving, and all of you, dear ones, you beautiful empaths with your sacred soul missions, you are rising like the phoenix into an angelic form, into a higher frequency, a higher version of who you have always been called to be. You were born for such a time as this, and as that cloak is dissolving and as all the false matrix is collapsing, many tower moments are happening. You are rising like the phoenix, and new structures are being resurrected in a higher frequency and a higher light that honors the soul plan. The cosmic plan is a plan of which you are an integral and critical component. You are very, very important. You are a warrior in the ancient spiritual warfare that has existed for eons. You were born for such a time as this so that Gaia, planet Earth, can rise and heal from ages of suffering and be renewed and ascend into a higher light and understand the divine purpose that God, creator, source has always had for this beautiful planet that we call home. You are a major player, dear divine empath, soul tribe, soul family. You are a major player in the divine unfolding that is envisioning and manifesting peace on earth. You are an integral part of the ascension process and the healing of humanity. You are the boom in your community. You are the boom in the neighborhood. You are the boom in your life and on this planet, in your corner of the world. You are the light. You are the light that comes with a boom, okay? You are the boom that is creating peace on earth and change and new paradigms and a new frequency of light. It's really beautiful. I continue to feel this wonderful sensation of love and light and beauty and excitement. It's in my solar plexus, it's in my heart, it's in my throat. It's actually all of the chakras are lit up, and I'm hoping that you are feeling the same. You are the boom, dear ones. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want me to share? Yeah, just be encouraged. Just stay dialed in, stay in the purity of your heart, and allow the frequency of your soul to be your day-to-day emanation, your day-to-day expression. Use your words, use your affirmations, use your perspective, use your thoughts, use everything that is you to honor and celebrate the divine purpose, the age of Aquarius, the beautiful unfolding that is occurring in this moment of now. You are a divine integral part of that unfolding, and it is so beautiful. So our final affirmation, dear ones, for today and this week: I am powerfully enigmatic, dynamic, and electric. I am powerfully enigmatic, dynamic, and electric. I am powerfully enigmatic, dynamic, and electric. You are the sacred divine. Boom. Now go celebrate yourself. Celebrate the divine frequency that is emanating out of you. Celebrate it in your offerings, your gratitude, your prayers, your meditations, and whatever rituals and ceremonies you see fit to create in honor of all that you are, in honor of all that our ancestors are, our divine ascended masters, our spirit team, the entire shebang, the entire divine, aspect of existence that is working through you and with you to create peace on earth. And I'm sending you so much love and so much light from my own heart and from my soul structure with a kiss. And I can't wait to be with you and see you again energetically and spiritually. Be well.